regarding the suspect?
Not that I'm aware of, but once the shootings commenced, we did issue the public police alert.
And did police open fire on the suspect?
Police did not return fire, to the best of my knowledge, but went into the school.
Where in the school were the victims killed?
There was one victim that was located deceased in the hallway, in the stairwell of the school, and the others were located, I believe, in the library of the school.
Can you comment on the home of the shooter? What was it like? Was it in disarray? Sometimes when there's some sort of abuse going on, there's certain things you can see in a home. Was it anything like that apparent?
I can't comment yet on the nature or the environment of the family home. It was locked down originally to secure a search warrant in order to allow our investigators to go in. So I can't comment at this point in time.
Can you tell us the rough address of the home, like where the two people found deceased?
I do have that information. It will be locked down, so I would respectfully ask members of the media and the public not to attend the scene of the family home because we have a lot going on there, but it's 112 Fellers Avenue in Tumblers Ridge.
Regarding the home, were there additional firearms or weapons found during the search?
I don't have that information at this point in time. I can say that historically there were firearms that were secured at that residence in a safe, but I haven't updated with the investigators yet to determine if they've gone in and located more firearms.
Just looking for clarification, you talked about police being called to the school about an unfit shooting. Were they called to the home before that?
Yes, no, they were called after. So we understand the sequence of events, and I'll get to this. So we did not receive a call to attend the home until approximately 2:47 p.m. or 1:47 p.m. Pacific time. We were called because a neighbor, there was a young female at that home that went to the neighbors, and that's how we learned that there were two deceased at that residence. So the neighbor called the police. We know the sequence of events now is that the incident at the home occurred first, where we have the two deceased family members, and from there our suspect attended the school and commenced their criminal activity there.
What was the relationship of the child who alerted the neighbor to the victims and the suspect?
Family member.
Has the reunification process been completed for the injured and the evacuees?
For the students, and so most of the what I would call injured individuals or people that were assessed for injury were released right in Tumblers Ridge shortly after receiving triage and or treatment. Those that have been medevaced, I can't speak to that, but I won't speculate on whether they've been in contact with their family. We're still dealing with extended family of those that are deceased.
Do police believe, based on the information you have thus far, that the suspect had gone into the school specifically targeting an individual, or it was a random shooting?
So we don't have information at this point to suggest that anyone was specifically targeted. I will say that as we continue in the investigation, there is further evidence to gather from the school with respect to video surveillance and that of our officers as well.
What can we expect with the victim IDs? Will the RCMP be naming them, and what status are you at with family notification?
So we're currently ongoing with the family notification. I will say, as I mentioned before, that most of our victims are quite young. Most were born of the students, most were born 2013 and 2012. So as you can imagine, for family members, extended family members, friends of the family, etc., this is incredibly traumatic. And so we will deal with and work with the families and cooperate with them in terms of the release of the identities of the victims, photographs, and the like. I know we need to approach this with a trauma-informed practice. We don't want to create additional trauma for families that are dealing with probably the worst circumstances of their lives.
So some victims may not be named officially, or that will be up to the families?
That will be up to the families as they are minors.
In terms of the 25 people who were injured, how many of them sustained gunshot wounds?
So of the 25 surviving individuals, the two that are currently airlifted, the majority of the rest, there were not gunshot injuries. The reason they were all examined and triaged in first instance is there were a lot that presented with injury, blood, et cetera, that weren't actually injured, but we had to work through all that.
So what kind of injuries were they? Was it like glass or?
I don't want to speculate. I don't have the exact details, but you can imagine in a chaotic situation where the students and faculty are barricading themselves in a room that any types of injuries could result.
Were there any, you mentioned that there weren't any recent, no recent involvement with police and the suspect, but were there any calls, concerns by anyone in the public to police about the suspect in recent days, weeks, months?
The most recent incidents I have are from spring of last year. So we've checked our police indices, their databases, et cetera. I don't have any information that there's been anything since then.
And could you give us the context of the spring of last year?
Similar to what I said before, the concerns regarding mental health, self-harm, those types of concerns.
Okay, we'll take two final questions.
Just to clarify that question on the injured, so was it 27 injured in total and 2 airlifted, 25, or was it?
So I don't mean to smile, but to clarify that, I'm going to say I'm not entirely certain because we have injured from gunshot wounds, we have deceased, and then we have those that were triaged at scene. I'm going to say that the 25 that were triaged at scene are separate from those that were airlifted and those that are deceased.
And sir, we just have one other question here regarding the victims. The ones that were airlifted, do we have any updates on their status at this point?
Critical but stable.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
Sorry, I'm just gonna, I need to steal this.
You can take the whole thing.
I just wanted to quickly correct one thing that just came in as Sir was up here speaking. So for the deceased victims, the school included a 39-year-old female educator, 3 12-year-old female students, 2 male students ages 12 and 13, and then the 2 additional victims were a 39-year-old female and an 11-year-old male that were located deceased at the local residence. We will be issuing a statement shortly following this availability.